Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die. Hello, Governor. So I went to the midnight premiere of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This movie was extremely emotionally satisfying. It was so great to see it with the midnight audience. All the clapping and the cheering and the laughing and the responding to the screen. I look forward to going back and seeing it again in a more mellow crowd. In the past, I've reread the book before seeing the movie, and that's always a mistake because I'm so aware of what's been left out and what hasn't been fleshed out. And so I'm really glad that I didn't do that this time. Every once in a while throughout the movie, I remember thinking, oh, I wish they could have included this, but it wasn't as intense as when I read the book and then see the movie. There were a couple of scenes that I was really hoping they were going to keep in, and they did. I would have liked certain deaths to have been given a little more screen time, a little more honor, I guess you could say. But just on the whole, it's probably one of the best movies, and I can't wait to be able to see parts 1 and 2 like in a clean flow. I'm really looking forward to that. I had watched part 1 before, again, rewatched part 1 before I went to see the midnight premiere. You really see the growth in the acting of these young actors, and also it's like in this one, you start to see it in part 1, but in part 2 you really see Harry as a man, and Hermione and Ron as grown-ups. And I loved it in the book, and I love how Neville comes into play at the end. And Alan Rickman is just a phenomenal actor. There are no words to describe how wonderful he is, and he really stood out in this movie. No matter how you slice it, the books are better because there's so much more detail. But the movies are great. I think largely because of the casting, and it was very emotional. I got like really choked up a couple times watching it. The only negative, if you want to call it that, is I felt that, like I said, I felt that the deaths warranted a little more screen time just to honor them, these characters that we loved so much. And I thought that Voldemort's death was a little anticlimactic. It was really interesting because it was a very kind of rowdy audience. They laughed a lot, they cheered, and when Voldemort died, it was dead silence. And I wonder if that's because they felt the same thing I was feeling. It was a little, and maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was like, oh my God, it finally happened. It finally happened. Anyway, that's it. Get an extra vlog for me today, but I had to put that in. It's always exciting to go to the midnight premiere of Harry Potter. I probably will never go to another midnight premiere. It's just, I got 3 hours sleep last night. I'm exhausted. But it's my last day of jury duty, and I'm back to work. So starting Monday, I'm back on nights. Please, if you see the movie, leave a comment or a video response and tell me what you think. Have a great day, and peace.